Chelsea Football Club can't have nice things. We get Reece James back, he's injured again. Ben Chilwell, everyone thought he's fit again. No, he's out. He just literally got to smell the grass at Cobham, according to Thomas Tuchel. He has literally kind of ruined my day. Let's get into this video. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys. This is the Chelsea versus Norwich preview away at Carabao. Chelsea need the 3 points, 16 points behind Manchester City. But guess what? We don't care. We've got 2 games in hand. We can make this a 10-point title race. Yes, we can. Believe in it. Why not? But all jokes aside, guys, we will cover the press conference. There's a lot to cover in today's video, actually. We've got number 1. We're going to cover the Christian Pulisic comments from Thomas Tuchel. Very interesting. I say it, I'm negative. He says it. He's being positive and he's giving them goals to work on. Funny how it works. Update on Reece James. Bad news. Good news on Ben Chilwell. Good news on Andreas Christensen's playing availability. Bad news on Andreas Christensen leaving the club potentially. Update on the club's status overall. All from the horse's mouth, Thomas Tuchel. And we will talk about the impacts of the Premier League title race challenge, I'd like to call it. But it doesn't exist at this moment in time. And I'll tell you the biggest reason why. Because Tuchel believes that he's got a squad that can challenge. Let's get into this video. But before we get started, you already know the deal. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. Yes, you, my friend over there, hit that like button, okay? Thank you very much. We're aiming for 300 likes. It goes a long way. Every time we hit 300 likes, YouTube favors me a bit more. It pushes me forward a bit and helps the channel grow. I really appreciate that from all of you. Let's get on with the video. Starting with the biggest one. So Tuchel openly was asked, right, what do you have to do to compete with Liverpool and Man City? And he openly said, you know what? We should be competing with Liverpool and Man City. There were just some unforeseen circumstances that occurred this year, but we have everything available within the club to compete. And for me, I found that very interesting that he actually worded it like that. 1, it's extremely brave. 2, it's super courageous. And 3, I think it's honest, because I want to talk about this little period that we had where we played Wolves, we played Burnley, we played Man United, and we played Everton. That's 8 points we left on the table with 4 draws. 8 points. Give us those 8 points, give us our 2 games in hand, and all of a sudden, we're within punching range of Man City. Considering we lost to Man City twice, that's the gap between us and them. Literally, we'd be in the thick of things to the point where it's not even a proper title race. We are in a title race. Like, it is the deal. So, it's very nice when our manager speaks to us in such a nice way. But this needs to change. This over here needs to change. The fact that since Tuchel has taken over, the highest goal scorer is Kai Havertz with 15 in the calendar year. That's worrying. I know that the wealth is spread out evenly and is distributed. I don't think this is good. I think we need a credible goal scorer of 20 goals a season minimum in the league. Let's move on with the video. It doesn't help when Reece James is injured. It doesn't help. And this is bad news, guys. Reece James is out and he's out of the Norwich game. He's come back. He's been raring to go. He looks absolutely amazing in his first start back, but he had 3 games in the space of a period where he was meant to be rested. He was in the red zone, but he had to play. And this is the annoying part. Now, all of a sudden, he's got some muscle issues on his other leg. And this is what happens when you rush back. Well, not even rush back. When you get rushed back into the team. And the issue arises is that you start compensating with your left foot when your right foot's the injured one. And all of a sudden, your left foot gets injured because it's doing too much work. And there's no sign for how long he'll be out. But it looks like he's injured again. Peeps, we do have some positive news though. Ben Chilwell's running again. Well, not running again, but he's out walking independently, no more crutches, and he had the ball at his feet. So Thomas Tuchel said he came out to smell the daisies at Cobham. He literally had a good 5-minute period where he was just on the pitch. Nice little psychological break for him, because I can imagine he's been very separated away from the team. He's segregated away. He most probably feels down. So it's nice for him to be integrated back into the environment of the pitch. The beautiful sunny sun in England, even though we don't get that often. But it's nice to see he's up and running, and hopefully he'll be back for the start of the season. This next one about Christian Pulisic was very interesting, because Tuchel basically said Christian Pulisic needs to be more hungry, more driven, because we know what he's given. And for me, this is spot on. I have to say in this, right? Christian Pulisic is a very good football player. Dribbling ability, arguably the best at the club. Ability to beat a man off a dribble, the best. Releasing a pass, not very good. Striking and getting into the right area, fantastic. I think Christian Pulisic could get the most goals out of any Chelsea attacker in a 38-game season if he plays every game. But the issue is, he's on the periphery of games too much. I really hope he he finally starts to update himself and becomes more mature with his performances. It gets a little bit of that ego, you know, give me the ball now. Not I'm going to wait for my turn and I'm going to let Mason or Kai or Ziyech or Callum get on the ball and delegate and then I'll fit in where I fit in. No, you need to demand the ball. And there are incidents where he doesn't release it quick enough. And I think this needs to come. The easier he makes the game for himself, the better he will look. He does not need to overwork himself. For me, Tuchel was right. It's all about the hunger and the drive. If he works at it, I don't doubt he's going to be fine. This comment made me smile, and it made me smile for a particular reason. A lot of you are going to be like, Alex, you're soft. Tuchel is a good man manager, and you can really tell this. He's developed a lot of good players in this period as a coach. Think about it, right? He's managed Neymar, Mbappe, Verratti, Marquinhos, Thiago Silva, and that's just all from his time at PSG. He had Aubameyang, Dembele, he's had Weigl, he's had so many top players and mediocre players. So he knows how to manage the squad. Christensen is another top player. So now we have to see how he knows how to manage his ego. Because Christensen's a free agent in the summer. Tuchel basically gave him a plea. Look, please stay. If you want to stay, you're part of our plans. And the thing that really impressed me is, he said, look, I never let things become personal. I ensure that things are professional and that he will be in the team till the very end because things can't get personal. And I think this is the right attitude to have. Andreas Christensen is an asset to Chelsea Football Club. Putting Andreas Christensen in the bin now is a waste of time because you need him. And Andreas needs Chelsea. He does not want to go to Barcelona not having played 7 months of football. He wants to be sharp, he wants to be in tip-top condition, and he wants to go and try to win the FA Cup and the Champions League. So he is a Cobham graduate boy. And he just wants to change. And Tuchel respects that. I respect that. So could you. This point here really made me smile. And Tuchel basically said, big man, how am I meant to know who our owners are going to be? At the end of the day, I'm an employee of the club. Like, that's what he said in other words. And he also hinted that his relationship with Marina Garavskaeva and Petr Cech, very good. And I think this is so important for the next consortium or the next entity that comes in. If they keep Thomas Tuchel, I think it's very important that this relationship continues because I feel like the three of them have got a great, not attitude, but a great agreement, a great understanding. They respect each other's opinion. Tuchel is the coach. You don't tell him how to play the players or who to play. Cech is essentially the main scout and the talent identifier and the relationship, the bridge between Marina and what's it called, Thomas Tuchel. Marina is the financial advisor in that situation. She goes, negotiates deals, absolutely bullish in her approach. And it's a good three-way agreement. I really hope we don't get a director of football like PSG have in Leonardo that tries to stick his nose in who's playing, who's not, all of a sudden trying to negotiate deals that he's not ready to be cashing in. And for me, that would cause a lot of issues. So I really like that he was so open and descriptive about their role. Finally, on to the game against Norwich. And I think the game against Norwich is an interesting one because it's more about pride at this stage. Look, Chelsea are 16 points off Manchester City with 2 games in hand. Essentially, if we win tomorrow, it's 13 points and we're on level points with Liverpool. Liverpool are in the title race because they have a game in hand. They'll close their game in hand. But I think it's important Chelsea acknowledge, right? If they just win their 2 games in hand, we're 10 points behind. Can we win the league title? No, I don't see Manchester City, slipping up. But I do see us earning some respect and some points. I think the closer we are to them, the more there's belief that next year will be our year. And the reason I say that is because of the incidents that occurred with the injury levels and all the disruption this year. It's time that Chelsea start acting like a big club. We've been either winning it or we've been going years where we're so far away. We're not even cracking the 80-point mark. I think it's important that we crack this 80-point mark. I think tomorrow we need to go with a strong team. I think tomorrow it is important to go with Kai Havertz. I think it is very important to go with Pulisic. And I think it's important once again to maybe bring Hakim Ziyech into the team. I think Mason Mount needs to rest. I think a lot of players are at this moment in time overplayed, over-fatigued. But Lille is coming up. And I think the Champions League will be prioritized as long as we can secure top 4 finish. And tomorrow goes a long way for that. We've got a lot of games coming up. I think we got 4 games in 10 days. Like, that's actually wild when you think about it, because we've got Norwich, Newcastle, Lille, Middlesbrough. The squad is big enough to deal with this issue, but Are the players going to be fresh? Is the mentality going to be right? And I believe in our coach. I believe in our players. And I think we're in a good place. Tomorrow, I think it will be a comfortable victory. I think it will be a 3-0. I think Chelsea will keep another clean sheet. Antonio Rudiger will get me more fantasy football points. I genuinely think Kai Havertz is going to get back on the score sheet. Part of me actually might want to see Lukaku get a little run out. But at the same time, he does really infuriate me because of what he said. And it's hard for me to forgive him. But I'm excited for tomorrow's game. The match review will be there. See you tomorrow. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Peace out. I'm out. Bye.